go. Little bottom wick, 52.15 liquidity sweep on the first move, and they've been putting on. If you noticed on Nasdaq, they had a pretty nasty 15-minute liquidity sweep there before this move higher. It was right at 11:30. If you look at the three candles, it's interesting action on Nasdaq. If you look at it, we had four major top wicks on the 15-minute chart before the blast off, which makes for a little difficult trading for price action traders. And I'll show you exactly what I mean here on NASDAQ. Oh, I got to mute this new indicator that y'all gave me. Screen snip, 1 second, and there we go. So what do I mean by that is if you look here on, these are 15-minute candles on NASDAQ. So we had top wick, top wick, top wick, top wick. So essentially an hour of top wicking, and then eventually we swept 18,274, and then now have gone higher, and we're doing some shake and bacon now as we speak, a little red, little green. So keep an eye on that. I haven't taken a trade other than that right there. ES is 52.13 with a skew down to 51.65. That level was on there yesterday, but I'll be keeping an eye on that into the end of the week. Not necessarily something to look at today, but definitely by the end of the week or even early next week. Looking at premiums right now, IV is still elevated from what we're normally used to seeing right here. And we're just kind of playing to see how we're going to break out of this range. ES has been pinned right here to 315 since about an hour. It looks like we may pop it here with a little bit of green. ES is doing the same thing, big green candles right there on the upside. 18,329 and going, 52.13. And we'll look for the pre-market test of 5222 on ES. And then for NASDAQ, they've already cleared out everything. The only thing NASDAQ has left is the imbalance from CPI release of 18,474, which is now is only 140 points up because we have recovered about 330 points so far. What's the NASDAQ liquidity up and down? NASDAQ has skewed upwards into 350. We have 275, we have 200, we have a couple of large lot buys coming in on ES here to launch us after the red initial sweep right here into 350. I've longed NASDAQ on this bottom wick liquidity sweep here after that big bottom wick. So we had the red back down to 290, instant bottom wick to sweep, just like we did the opposite of CPI. If you remember CPI, they put on a very large green 100-pointer, if I remember right, about 90-pointer. And then immediately dumped it. And now they did this exact opposite just now. They put on a large red and then bottom wicked it back up. TLT hasn't moved. Apple is still freaking flying. It's coming up on 2%. NVIDIA is up almost 30 points on today alone. And yeah, NASDAQ, if they clear out this 360, there's nothing else left until 472 imbalance on NASDAQ. What's a new indicator? It's a levels indicator that plots all the levels that I post, like the prior session high and low, the overnight high and low, the weekly high and low, the morning high and low, all that stuff. This indicator apparently will do it. So I'm gonna test it out. Another large lot buy, 500 coming up. Big green. ES has now recovered 40 points, coming up on 50. ES is still here, and I'm still holding long NASDAQ. Can't thank you enough for what you teach. You keep drilling it into our heads until we get it. I've gone from 50% win rate to 80% this year. Beautiful side gig guru. Keep it up, baby. Keep it up. All right, let's take a look into 19th. Dang. Twelfth. SPX 5180 right now currently. We've got NASDAQ is 368, still riding long here. And I'm long from 329, so that's a quick 50 points right there. I'm going to set my stop up here. I'm not going to be too tight with the stops. This is a pretty strong trend at the moment. Apple, Nvidia is still blasting out of the top, so I'll keep on riding this thing after that sweep right there. And CVD is growing quite green. CVD is 4,700 with the icebergs ticking up. We have ES coming up to 6,400 green, so that's a very green CVD on NASDAQ, coming up to 52.35 right here. The only thing I need to do from here is go over and take a look at the options data and see if they're continuing to roll this up, because we had a GEX at 51.55. Market flow right now is incredibly bullish, and they have now rolled up to 51.90 on SPX, which is now only 8 points away. Another large buy, 500 ES, so they're continuing to hit the large lot buy orders here on ES. If you see that in the bottom right, that's something I added a couple of weeks ago to track large lot orders on ES and NASDAQ. I have it set to 500 though, so I don't get notified of anything less than 500. What are the yields doing? Yields and bonds have not moved at all. NASDAQ still going 381. Wouldn't all those top wicks indicate rejection, but then it popped up. No, that's correct. That's why I said I didn't take a trader on that time, because it was weird. We had 4 15-minute top wicks, and even the big green candle, the fifth one, that actually was a top wick too. They swept it. It was a big top wick, and then they immediately hammered it and went higher. So, yeah, it was not good price action to play upside there, because you had all the selling, and then finally they even swept it aggressively, and then after that they blasted. That's what I was pointing out. $52.27. There's not much liquidity left on ES, so they're starting to put on 52.80. Maybe for tomorrow here. ES has 18.374 currently with 350, and I'm still going to hold long here until I see anything on ES or Nvidia and Apple. VIX is rolling off to 15.38. And going. Right there. You went long at 329. Isn't that buying the breakout? No, because we already broke out and failed. So I was playing the retest. Not to mention the sweep on data. It was momentum on data. But if you look at the price action here, let's see. We already had the failed breakout right here. So the consolidation nature here, we had the one candle pop back down and then went sideways, which if you notice, my entry was above the rejection zone. So once we cleared the rejection zone, not to mention the momentum off of the sweep, we had the data come out, dump it quickly, and then bottom wick it back up. Once we have that, it's time to play the upside. We cleared out the rejection zone and went. SPY. Oh, don't need to do that. 516.79, still going 383. Right here. I'm going to watch closely here for any kind of liquidity shift. Well, honestly, the liquidity hasn't been too crazy today. Overall, at least on NASDAQ. ES, all we really had is a couple of onesies and twosies points, aside from this big cat way down here at 65. $18,378. Amazon's 1 cent from all-time highs. It'd be ideal if we capture the high from CPI at 475. Yep, that's the imbalance. That's what I'm gunning for here for NASDAQ if that were to happen. That's the only thing left, is to capture that imbalance. It's put on a phenomenal bounce, which is the same thing we've been seeing for a couple of months now. I was hoping for a breakdown here just so we could do something other than chop for another couple of weeks. But yeah, obviously the same old thing. That play the bottom, buy the dip, sell the rips, on repeat. $3.81. So far, all of the Fed speakers continue to say stuff that's not conducive with the data. I see inflation coming down, jobs market strong. Yep. Then why does it keep going up? $3.84 still going. No top wick whatsoever on Nasdaq yet. It's still just kind of going. And this is a case where I do not want to get out of the trade. I want to let the market reverse on me and stop me out. So I'm going to let it keep going. The only thing left is, like I said, the imbalance from 473. That would be 90 points from here, 80 points. So if that were to happen, I want to be a part of it. Jobs are, yeah, the jobs data. It was all part-time jobs. It's terrible. 383 still holding on Nasdaq. ES is coming up along nicely as well. No top wick so far, still riding it higher. Apple's going 171. VIX is down 1530. VIX is now down 3%. Let's go to the daily chart. What do we look like on the daily chart? We have a very large engulfing red on ES, followed by this nice little hammer. Now, we're only about halfway there on ES. So the momentum is definitely on Nasdaq side here. It's because tech is squeezing right now, because that is where Pelosi's money is. Got to protect the insider traders. Nasdaq is almost there. They're within 90 points of the imbalance from CPI. Once we recapture that, I'd expect Nasdaq to continue its just continue the cycle, the pattern. Let's go take a look at tomorrow's data. I believe 5190 was tomorrow's data from. I need to go back and double check from what I saw this morning. Nasdaq is still going 18,391. No top wick in sight. I'm now up 61 points per contract, and I'm going to move this thing up. I'm going to give it about a 20-point berth because I'd expect some sort of consolidation off of 18,400 just for the time being. Wouldn't the 1 week chart in 1 day indicate upwards momentum with those bottom? After today, yeah. You know, the chart has changed drastically in 1 day. That's what we've been doing. Is that every other day we're switching cycles. It goes from 2 days of green, 2 days of red, 2 days of green, 2 days of red, back and forth. Sell the dips, buy the rips. Or what? Sell the rip, buy the dip, sell the rip. That's what we've been doing. So the weekly chart is changing from Monday to Friday drastically. And the daily chart now obviously has green engulfing coming back up, or trying to become green engulfing. If they make too big of a move today, though, that's going to increase the chances of tomorrow being a chop session going into the end of the week. So, 189 points. If they fully recapture CPI's move, that's what I'm afraid of going into tomorrow. Fill the imbalance. Because we stayed at 300 for 3 sessions. From Friday, April 5th until the end of the day yesterday, or Tuesday, NASDAQ chopped sideways from 18,300. And finally, we got some movement for CPI, and unfortunately, this bullish move brings us right back inside that range. So nothing's changed. That's why I was hoping for a breakdown so we could get something other than the back and forth, and people can stop getting smoked. But that's what it's done. A 30-year going up from prior, doesn't that mean we were supposed to be dumped? Well, I don't typically like to watch the bonds and the stock market correlate like that. To me, it's just playing the cycle. That's what I'm looking for. Is that that's why I said yesterday, until we break through 18,030, there everything's the same. Buy the dip, sell the rip. Don't get overly bearish because it doesn't matter about the bonds and all that stuff in terms of immediate stock market movement. It's all about the cycle right now, and for multiple weeks slash months, depending on I guess what your eye sees, we've been flat, and that's what they've been doing back and forth. JG Wentworth me. Oh yeah. 400 has brought sellers every time we crossed it as of late. Yep, 100%. Yep. What's up, Andrew? How you doing? Long time no see. I'm still on the market every day and finally seeing a curve in my negative P&L. Beautiful, Andrew. Keep it up. Keep it up. Don't change what you're doing. Keep it grinding. Love to see it. Love to see it. A little bit of bottom wick still going. See if we can punch through 400 here. What's up, Osman? Good afternoon. So we're finally able to get some good movement on one of these bookmap streams. Luckily, we had some bonds and currently have a Fed speech going on. Get a little volatility here and a nice little trend up. What else we got? Robinhood, Apple. Yeah, I got it. The United States Post Office is raising the price of stamps by 8%. Dang it. What am I going to do with all my... I got to come up with some stamp money now. All right, here comes 400 test. And we're breaching that. And I'm going to continue to play 20 points. Another large lot buy order 500. I'm going to continue to play 20-point ranges with my stop loss here. So I'll bring this thing up to 13,380 right now. Surprised I haven't taxed emails yet. Oh, it's coming. Pay per use. 18,406. Once we clear 410, I'll bring it up to 390. There's 410, so I'll bring my stop up to 390. Still going. I want to be a part of this. When the trend does this, you want to be a part of it. Let it keep exploding. Don't get out of the trade. Set a trailing stop. That's the only way you're going to catch 100-point trends. Set your trailing stop. Still going. 390 stop loss is set on my long. Oh, another large. Oh, we got a buy and a sell. 1395 buy and a 836 sell. And we're going up here again. There's 420, so I'm going to roll up to 400. 18,400. At this point, I'm so deep in the trend. The last line of defense here is 473. I'm just playing 20% 20-point stop losses. That's it. There's not any structural reason for that other than the fact that I'm letting the candles just do their thing while still maintaining the trade. Still going. One more push up and I should hit 100 points per contract. Haven't closed a single contract yet. I'm riding full Nasdaqs all the way up. Haven't closed a single contract yet. This is slowly turning into one of my biggest prop firm days of the week on one stupid trade. If we get 430, I'll roll up to 410. Applied VPA to a penny stock today. Beautiful. Beautiful. Staggering how much money is on multiple accounts. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is just one account, my one Top Step account. I've already closed my Apex account for the day. I've got a lot more wiggle room on my Top Step account, so I closed my Apex out pretty quick. $18,416. How about that guy that pulled out 630 something thousand dollars on Apex? It's crazy. I wonder who that guy is. 18416. A little bit of top wick. Nvidia's kind of hanging out. I've got my stop set right at 400. And that's where I'm going to leave it. With as much data as we've got, man, God, if you can catch one of these moves a week, that's all you need. The entire week, that's all you need. These stupid little, they do these quick liquidity sweeps. CPI wasn't that great because it happened so freaking quick. That green candle happened so quick unless you already had a limit order already set. That one's difficult to, that would have been difficult to get into that early, I should say, unless you were just front running it. It's about to stop me out. Come on, don't hit 400. Don't hit it. Come on, hammer it. There's also the CPI high of the 5 minute. Boom, stop me. Darn it, I'm out. Flat. Sweet. I'll take it. 18403. Let's erase that CPI drop. They're about to. NASDAQ is, what? It got up to 22, so 50 points away. Another buy of 942. They're buying the crap out of ES here. I bet you the call is just kicked into there too. This is different action this morning, which wasn't call buying. Now I bet you it is. If I look at that flow. Yep. VIX is 1530. TLT is flat. Bonds popped up just a touch, but they're flat. Let's go take a look at the yields. 2-year yields are flat. 10-year yields are flat. 30-year yields are flat. What about the 10-year bonds? They are flat. So no movement across the bonds here. Yeah, but why'd y'all take the trade? I know everyone's beating their chest about a great trade, but why'd you take the trade? Let's hear it. High five. Great job. Why'd you take it? Another big buy order here. 1,500 buy on ES. Going even higher. $18,419. Keep on rolling with the buys, man. ES is killing it. 1,500, 1,000, 500, 800, just killing it. Hammering it. The yield basis point. 18,418. I got stuck in Sonic Line buying a bag of ice. Beautiful. That's the best ice out there. Great choice. The old Sonic ice. That's okay. That was a good sacrifice. I took the trade off the break of previous top on increasing volume and no topic on the 5. Entries with 1 hour, 2 hour. Beautiful. I like it. Well freaking done. $419. Well done. I love it. I love it. I'm kind of digging these volume candles though. Look at this. It shows you how different trends are supported by volume. I think this may. I'm gonna hang on to this for a while. The candles that change size with volume, so it tells me this is a volume supported trend. I know. Yeah, I could look down at the. I know we have it's 910 sell, so I could look down at the volume candle, sure. But this kind of tells me visually this is a volume supported trend. It's a confirmed trend. Kept on going. Not to mention we had the large lot trackers keep pinging orders all the way up. You remember yesterday what happened is that every single green attempt. You remember what happened yesterday? Every single green attempt on ES, I was getting large lot sell orders every time. 500 every time, every time. Now what happened is we had large lot buy orders the whole way up. Look at the difference in price movement from yesterday till today. No sell-offs today except for the morning a little there, but ever since 10:20, no sell-offs. It's just been buy up, buy up, buy up, buy up. And we had the large lot buy orders the whole way. So a lot different trend, a lot different liquidity, a lot different flow. Apple and Nvidia are both squeezing. I've been using them too. I like knowing where the volume is. Stick to the volume at the bottom of the chart to give me approximate of growing. Yeah, definitely. Where do you make that change to your chart? If you go to the top left and click the little candle signal, like literally at the menus of the trading view, top left, you'll see like the symbol search where it says like NASDAQ. You'll see the 5-minute or whatever time frame you want, and then you'll see volume candles, or you'll see candles, whatever it is. Click on that, and you can select volume candles. It's still in beta, so you probably have to be a subscriber to get it. But I'm trying it out. See if I like it. For me on SPY, it has been chopping at morning highs after a triple rejection on 3 candle with volume and third blowing through resistance. Significant moves. Exit at the top. Nice side gig. Beautiful. Vietnamese billionaire sentenced to death for $44 billion fraud. Huh. I don't know Vietnamese people have the last name of Zelensky. RLYB, DXYZ, and Q calls all green. VPA. Oh, nice RAR. Sweet. Well done, dude. Keep it up. Keep it up. Now I get to crank the music and jam out for a couple hours until yeah, she did. She did definitely. And jam out and get a clean entry. Yeah, I'm probably going to be done for the rest of the day here. That was an incredible move. One of the biggest trades on props for the week. Single trades, that is. So unless, because NASDAQ, if we get to 470, I don't know, that's another 60 points. Let's take a look at ES. I should have played some zero calls. Coming up here, we have ES of 52.39. They have another 50 points to get to the CPI imbalance. Eye injuries surge after solar eclipse. Oh my gosh. Hey, don't look at the sun, jabronis. Missed all the action. That's all right, Fallen. There's always another day, man. This market is providing ample opportunity for everybody. Everybody on Twitter is expecting a huge miss on the bond auction. Go figure Twitter was wrong again. Yep. They always are. Sorry, I didn't mean to bite y'all's head off earlier. I want the no. I want the why. Love ya. Apple's still going higher. NVIDIA is 898. SPY is 517. All right, well, we may go higher here, but yeah, so far we're consolidating right here at 420. Snoop Dogg would be proud. 18,425 is top liquidity. Apple still squeezing. How many times did they just tweet AI? God, look at that chart. I am such an idiot. I am such an idiot. I swear, man. I need to stop trading SPY or any S&P for like a month. Every time I freaking look at the chart, I identify something and I don't take it because I don't trade individuals that much anymore, and I keep missing out on opportunity. Ridiculous. AI, yeah, tell me about it. All right, so we are seeing a little bit of call buying here. No put buying whatsoever, obviously. Let's see. Apple still call buying, heavily supported. NVIDIA's call buying, heavily supported. Let's go take a look at tomorrow's GEX. Apple puts on one of the biggest green candles we've had since Feb, give or take. Let me come down here. Expiration filter to 412. We have main liquidity at 5150 on SPX tomorrow for April 12th. Hey, there's a little bit of a trend line too. I wonder what it's going to do with that. Y'all see this trend line on the daily chart on NASDAQ? You think it's going to hold or break? What you think? Hold or break? Sell price 1,000 ES large lot. Oh, man. Apple, another big squeeze candle. Look at Apple. Look at this. Absolutely just launching. I'll take that as a good exit. I like it. I'll take that as a good exit. They wouldn't dare. So here are the daily candles since April 2nd. So we're going on what? 8 trading sessions? April 2nd was a red day. Next day green, next day red, next day green, next day red, next day green, next day red, next day green. It's been a great daily chart, baby. It's a great daily chart. Zero follow through. NASDAQ has the commitment of my ex-girlfriend. Not trading related, but my accountant just let me know that I'll be getting a refund this year versus paying over $5,000 last year. The power of having a former IRS agent as your accountant and better tax planning. Beautiful. Yeah, they know the gig. They know the gig. What's up, Trippy Mike? The market is going nuts. NASDAQ is up 220 points from close, and they are up almost going on 350 points since PPI bottom. Must be nice. I had to pay 18 G's in taxes. Yeah, y'all don't want to see my tax bill. Somehow I didn't get a single red trade today. 16 in a row. Nice, vet. You're on a heater. It's called your fair share. Oh my gosh. I will ban you, sir. Get that fair share crap out of here. Fair share. Do you work till June to pay your fair share? I try not to think of it like that because that's incredibly depressing. So I'm gonna choose not to answer that. 18413. Can you pay your fair share so I don't have to? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we are hanging out right here. Apple's still blasting through the roof. Apple is incredibly bullish, and look at their call flow. Apple's call flow has gone nuts. Gone nuts. Really smoking some shorts today. Yep. Looks like the AI rally is back on until everyone gets bullish and they tank it. I mean, just like yesterday when I said nothing's changed, today nothing's changed. You know, I am not bullish or bearish up here. Back and forth. Play the pattern. I've got, like I said, now I've said it a billion times already. I've got countless DMs showing you what happens when you get biased, bullish or bearish. This market has smoked everybody. Back and forth. So play the upside. Don't play the breakout, though, on the daily chart. Don't play the breakout on the daily chart. And just kind of pull back. When we make an outlier move is what I'm saying. Pull back a little bit and just watch what happens. It's not worth trying to get the breakout or breakdown. Quick question. After data, when we have such a move but dropping volume, unable to make higher highs, can that be considered as weakness, retracing back to the imbalance, or just a little profit taking before we go higher? Can you give me a screenshot of an example so I can accurately give you my 2 cents? How about that macaroni? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Right on the money. Rising wedge into a support server resistance flip. Got some 330 on calls. Nice hammy. Beautiful. You have talked about adding something to your long-term put position, but you haven't yet because you had to post it in trades, right? Calling me out, huh? No, that's correct. That's correct. 852.35. Apple's 172. Nvidia's coming off red. VIX is 1536. Oh man. I'll take my exit. I like that exit. I like that exit. Let's go to the 60-minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the best part of this market is that I have gotten more patient looking for trades that I've fallen into 5 different trades that I will trade. Even which one of those come into play, there's an anomaly, I won't trade it. I've slowed down and really tried to get every candle of volume. If I get bored, it's taught me a lot. I love it. I love it. I can 100% attest to that. My April has been far less stressful and far more profitable because of that exact sentiment. Crazy how PPT saved the market again. Yeah, it's all tech. It's crazy. Yeah, it's just the nature of the beast. I feel like I trade more consistently at work because I have less time to get into trades. That is a very common theme. The more you trade, the worse you do. Trade less, make more. Here's a question for you. If I was to if I was to tell you that I will hand you $200 in cash every single day, no strings attached. Well, I guess one string attached. The only condition is you cannot trade for the next year, but I will give you $200 every day for the next year. Would you take that deal? Nope, just $20 or just $200. One account. Want. So remember that next time you're trading and you see $200 or whatever your profit goal is, and you say, I need more, but what if I miss this setup? Meh, I'm good. I'm okay. $200 a day, you're still making more than a good portion of the entire world. One trade this month so far. Nice flying fish. I love it. Little green back up, 52.39. NASDAQ is still going higher. New high, 18,432. Large green engulfing. There goes Apple again. There goes Nvidia again. Apple is straight up. 3%. Bookmap adding a little bit of order flow. Oh, they took it off already. Okay. I was back in. They added some at 386, but I still got 440. CVD is incredibly green. 5,500. A 5,500 green CVD on Nasdaq is very, very large. It's incredibly large. ES is pinging 3,300. XLF has recovered most of their red, not all of it. Oh, Nasdaq is going to fill that imbalance 100%. 100% they're filling that imbalance. One of the biggest things that's helped me is I set smaller goals. I don't feel the need of the first to take the meat of moves, learn the power and freedom of scaling out. Love it. Apple still going 173. Absolute squeeze on Apple. VIX is still rolling off. Everything still looks bullish for now. The low volume on the daily candle, what do you make of it? Let's see. That's not. I mean, we still have 2 hours and 15 minutes here. That's not that low of a candle so far. It's just yesterday was such a high candle. Today looks low by comparison. Yeah, it's just not to mention obviously there's no sellers here, so this is strictly one side of the book. Yesterday we had both sides of the book hit. We had the big sell and then when the buyers defended. Today it's just all buyers. But I mean the buyers volume is holding their own. We'll see what happens the next 2 hours. Who held calls all the way up? Not I. Oh, man. What's the monthly chart look like here? Two major bottom wicks, March and April. We have not had a red month close since October. Today, this month candle is red, but they are doing everything they can to flip it. We still have, what, 3 weeks left in April? 2.5 weeks? How will they do it? SPX options IV skew 40 points outside the money call, 25 cents ask outside versus put 90. Interesting. That's a big time put skew. Go take a look at XLK's daily chart. ES is climbing higher. Banks are popping back up. TLT's recovering. Still bullish until otherwise seen. Needs more AI. Yeah. Needs more AI. Am I right that we're not even to R2 yet? Yeah, but we had a pretty bearish morning. That's why. Is that pre-market dumped us down, and yeah, now we're R2. Hypothetical. If someone were to hold you hostage right now and say make one trade right now and it must be profitable by 50%, would you be able to do it at this very moment? Um, I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so. I'd like my odds better in Power Hour. 18,420. Look at that liquidity here at 18,420. Are fuzzy handcuffs involved? No, my gosh. I bet you own a pair of those, don't you? Just got back from working out. This range up here is sticky on the macro level. Yeah, buddy. Make it to money. That's right. 517. Man, what a nutty rally. 293 all the way up to 439, 150 points, 60 points. Huge level on Microsoft right here. Yeah. Apple's going higher. Microsoft is going higher. Nvidia is going higher. And if we break this level out, the only thing left is, well, I take that back. We have a trend line. If we hit the trend line, it's about 450. But if we're going for the imbalance, it's 470. So we got about a 20-point range here with some decent technicals on the chart on NASDAQ. Some big dogs putting on 18,420 here on NASDAQ. So watch liquidity shifts right here. Another big green, 440. This is crazy flow. This rally here is stronger than the CPI move. You know, the CPI move happened in one quick swell floop there with the data, but this is just going. This is order flow. This is calls buying in. It's contributed to Apple and Nvidia. But watch this level. We have a 20-point range coming up on NASDAQ between, let's call it 450 and 470. Let's call it that 20-point range. That the buyers have their work cut out for them. Oh, man. Yeah, Adam, I'll take care of it right after the stream's over. Is the Golden Child Apple back? Yeah, today it is. We could say it's AI, whatever it is, but look at the level they bounced off of. That 167 level was crucial. That was make or break for them, and they held it. And now this is just the order flow defending it. So crucial level for Apple. So ended up getting out of that 517 long put yesterday. Beautiful. Well done. Y'all are killing it, man. I'm still playing my thesis, so I'm still going to short puts against it. The wait there isn't there, though. Nvidia stayed up all morning in Apple. I've seen a 50% shift on that premium today. This morning, that put was up 31%. Now it's down 20%. Something's going to happen in the next week, though. Look at the volume. Look at the price action. The volume is spiking, and the price action is getting a lot more violent. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the last 6 sessions on NASDAQ has been exceptional large price action ranges to the tune of 400 points each, at least. That's pretty volatile movement, and I think we're getting ready to shift out of this range in the next week. For y'all's sake, I hope that's true. For my sake, I hope it's true. Can you explain when you bought the put why you would hedge it by selling a PDS? Yeah, so I took that put, what, 3, 4 days ago? When did I take that put? I took that on the 5th, so 6 days ago. And the reason why I would sell a put against it is to pay for the trade. Like, I want to collect that premium. So basically what I want to say is I want to take a put that's shorter expiration, closer to the money, that I don't think we're going to reach back by that area, that I can collect premium. Just basically buy me time, right pocket, left pocket. Kind of what I want to do with the IRS. Instead of giving them the money, I want to take it out of one pocket and just put it in the other pocket. Instead of letting the market have my premium, I just want to take it out of the left pocket, put it in the right pocket. And that's what selling a put does. Yeah, 41.40. Yeah. That was 2 months. NASDAQ is already here longer. And it's coming up on 2 months. So in 2 days, NASDAQ will be equivalent to the 2-month chop of that April and May range. Back and forth, back and forth. Would a CCS selling be the same? It would be the same theory if you were playing upside. So for example, if I was long calls, let's say I was long May 17th, 5,300 calls on SPX. So I would sell calls against it and while we're waiting to make that move to just accumulate profit, to accumulate the premium while we're waiting to make a move. Do you recommend setting up an S corp or LLC for trading? LLCs. I did the pros and cons of setting up an S corp, and it benefited me for an LLC. There's a lot more limitations and a lot more hoops you have to jump through to do an S corp. Not to mention you're going to lose out on a lot of benefits of doing an LLC, unless you're making 2-3 million. Then I would stick with an LLC. Yeah, also don't do an S corp. Also illegal. Don't do that, depending on where you are. All right, that is 2 o'clock. That is the end of our bookmap stream. I appreciate y'all taking another week out, or another week to hang out with us. I took one trade today for about 80 points on NASDAQ. I haven't touched it since I closed out at 400 as a stop. We got a couple of buy and sell large lot orders there. We have 18,420 liquidity. We have some structural resistance here on NASDAQ between 18,450 and 470. Outside of that, we'll see what happens this afternoon, and we'll kick off the week tomorrow on stream to finish it out. Hope you all have a fantastic day. I'll see you all next week, Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern, for Bookmap streams. I'm out. See you.